Alright. What's up, everybody? We got Hero in the bottom right, representing Dragon Kaiser, up against Onside Gaming's MARU. MARU. The Beast. The King of the World. And this is the KSL 4 Grand Finals. This one's actually from a little while ago, but it is always cool to see. I was like, what? These guys played in a Grand Finals best of 5? What? When did this happen? And I dug this replay off and was like, no way, man, I gotta cast this. So excited to see how it goes. It's always kind of cool to go back even like 2 weeks sometimes in the meta, and you're like, the players are playing completely different builds, there's different mind games, because they play so much. And there's this constant changing of the strategies to catch their opponent off guard, to take advantage of their opponent's habits. And it's really, really cool to see which way they can go. Now, MARU, of course, had a bit of some emotions after failing to win the World Championship a few months ago when he was an overwhelming favorite. But I do feel he's been exceptionally solid recently. Like, yeah, he still lost the Korean Royale Season 1 Finals to Hero. But other than that, he's been rock solid. He's looked very, very good. Hero not scouting this game. He's playing a super greedy build. Sees the SCV come in. He says, yeah, you want to build a bunker? Nah, mate. SCV turns around, goes home. Dropping mules inside that base is MARU. I never realized that the mule drop capsule was so red. And straight for a tech lab. Oh my, guys, we are going to see the concussive Marauder opening. I think this opening's terrible. It's so funny because I finally got on board with the concussive Marauder opening. And then I think I was casting Gamers Without Borders with, like, I don't know, it was a Muslim or Wardy or someone, and they were just kind of pooping on it. I think it was Loco, actually. And he was saying, like, oh, yeah, man, I hate this build. Like, it just seems like it never does anything. Like, it seems so trash. And I was like, I used to feel that way, but I have seen a few games where it kills a free Adept and a Stalker, really messes up the Protoss' build, and is great. So we should see Concussive start up with the next 50 gas in a moment. And he might even rally a quick Hellion over. So if you can pick off 1 or 2 of these Gateway units and then run in with some Hellions, that can be great. He's actually going 3 gates as Hero. He traps his probe. He builds a gas to squeeze himself out of there. Smart. Hero. It's very smart. He was trapped there by building a gas. The probe kind of moves in to build the gas and then couldn't go back to the same spot, so it squeezed itself out to the left. 3 gate is going to be fantastic for defending this. Thing is, will it be ready in time? I mean, he sees a very early Tech Lab Barracks, a late Starport. Actually, it's just Widow Mines, no Hellion. So it's just a Reaper and 2 Marauders. I mean, that should beat this set of units. But with another Stalker coming out, I think Hero's fine. However, if he loses, say, 2 Stalkers and a Sentry, I think that's a very good trade for MARU. Let's see what MARU can do with this. Concussive is finished. The Stalker gets caught out there. Okay, Hero should not have moved out, man. This is really bad for Hero. He's going to lose all of it. He starts a 3rd Nexus. But man, he's going to, as I said, you don't want to lose 2 Stalkers and a Sentry. He's going to lose the Sentry, the Stalker, and an Adept. Units lost up pretty healthy there for our Terran player MARU. Behind this, he's got the Widow Mine drop coming in a little bit, and a 2nd and 3rd barracks on the way at a very nice timing. And you're going to notice that seeing that quick 3rd base, he feels no fear. So he doesn't have to go any tanks for safety. He can just get away without that. That being said, there are 3 Adepts coming in pretty early. Surprising there's no proxy pylon with this. But there's actually no units on the ground. There's just 3 Marines? Yeah, these Adepts are a kind of a problem right now. There's 3 Stalkers at home, a 4th one warping in. And he's going to force that Natural to evacuate. Those Adepts can continue forwards. Cancels the Shade, picks off 3 SCVs already. Double gas goes down on the Natural Robo here as well. Hero has massively delayed his tech, but he's got a great economy with that 3rd base already almost finished. He tries to shade in, cancels it, says, dude, I'm wasting his mining time. Why would I give up this position? There's no need. And look at that. The SCVs are still building. They're popping out and dying. Oh, this is amazing damage. Widow Mine drop needs to get the big boom booms. Otherwise, he's kind of screwed here. One of the Widow Mines dies before it can fire. Doesn't give him a 2nd target to retarget on. So nothing MARU could do there except unburrow, in which case he wouldn't have got a single kill. MARU is getting absolutely destroyed in this early game. Hero's looking on fire, dude. Now, I always say that, and then in TvP, the Terran's like, and now I make a lot of Marines, and I come and kill you. And you're like, oh, that's what? He's going Factory of the Tech Lab, so we're going to see a bunker tank all in, and I think he'll probably try to come from this angle up here. and push down this angle with tanks and bunkers and 5-rex. Either that, or you'll just shove the front with a boy pull, which is also very, very possible. MARU, of course, is way behind, but Hero's tech sucks. Hero actually went a robo just to build an observer and then hasn't used it for anything else. No Colossus or nothing. He sees the extra barracks. Okay, so Hero knows what he's up against. He's just spotted the 5-rex. What is his response? Charge, +1, armor, not attack, because he wants to go mass zealot to defeat this. The problem is, SCV pulls are very good against that. So you usually want to get some Archons in here, or a Colossus or two. He's on 60 probes 4 gas, so he can make an immense number of zealots. He's only on 3 gates, and he's building batteries in each base, which makes no sense. Hero, what are you doing? Hero should be building 4 or 5 more gateways right now. To delay those gateways against a 5-rex all-in is blatantly... it's a blatant misplay, guys. I can't say anything else. He's building 4 shield batteries right now. The attack isn't going to come for another 2 minutes, mate. What are you... Oh, man. He's microing a drop right now. This is classic Hero play, guys. He's doing really cute things, and then he realizes, oh, maybe I should make some gateways. Yeah, like 5 minutes ago. Hurry up. Why are you building cannons in your mineral? What does he think is happening? What does he... Okay, I know this is overly critical, Pig. You're a caster. Be fair. I am being fair. This is terrible play. I don't understand how he can be this slow on his gateways. This is a disaster of a response. I don't know why he's building cannons and stalkers behind his base. There is no sign of anything else coming out from his opponent. He did recall his Warp Prism and save it. That is good. Actually, yeah. Does get caught. But if he loses this game after this early game, it will be, I'll be wondering if it's Haas playing this game rather than Hero. His gateways aren't ready. His charge and +1 armor are almost finished, but he doesn't have any gateway warp-ins. Hero is in big trouble right now. The SCV boy pull is here. That's a big mass of Marines. Battery overcharge goes down. Hero, Immortal Stalker Sentry. Nice force fields do land for Hero. The Immortal takes out 1 siege tank. He picks it up and pulls back, but he does not have enough zealots. He has to abandon this base. Remember, it's a 2-base boy pull. If you defend on 2 bases, you are way ahead because MARU does not even have his natural full of workers. Stalker's trying to micro. There's not many Archons here. Hero floating 1,200 minerals right now. Oh my god. The throw of all throws, man. This was a Haas-esque game. It was impossible to lose unless he really screwed the pooch. And Hero comes out with one of the biggest throws I have seen in a while, guys. What an absolute disaster. All right, guys. Hero needs to bloody put on his thinking cap and play proper StarCraft. But he's going to start off with a 12 pylon. This is a proxy Oracle rush, I believe, from Hero in the top right. MARU in the bottom left side of the map now. I mean, he's probably like, wow, how did that work? my Widowmine drop did nothing. I mean, he doesn't know he was scouted as well by the observer, but he was completely scouted. Like, it's just, what a throw from Hero. That was, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying he meant to lose the game, but he clearly just forgot that he didn't have all of his gateways. And the Stalker's warping in the right, the cannon, the natural. He was clearly worried about getting dropped. But the thing is, I mean, you have recall and you have enough units to like react to the drop. You don't need to be building static defense. You need to be getting your production. And that was a disaster of an early, a great early game turning into a disaster of a transition for Hero. Threw that game away. I do think with enough Zealot Arc on Warpins, he definitely defends that, especially with those force fields. But he ended up just burning force fields to buy time for like 3 Zealots to warp in. So big issue for him, mate. Few questions in the Twitch chat right now. You guys are gonna have to post those after this game. At the end of the game, hang around. Best time to ask is always right after a game's happened. Now, you might be wondering, guys, why do you go 12 pylon? 12 pylon is so you can immediately start a Stargate, because faster pylon means faster gateway means faster cybercore, and of course you need a cybercore to start a Stargate. So this is all about getting the fastest possible Oracle into your opponent's base. And MARU going for a Reaper expand with a delayed scout. Oh man, we know that this is very tricky to defend. I believe though, as long as you go immediately for a factory at the normal timing and build a Widowmine first, you can stop yourself from taking critical damage from the first Oracle and buy yourself a bit of time to get a Cyclone up. Okay, so he knows what he's up against. MARU goes in, sees exactly what's happening. Now, is that enough guys on gas? I think he's barely gonna hit 150. For the Oracle in time. And pylon on the natural, interesting. Okay, looks like the Reaper did come back and kill the probe. Pylon on the natural, he's trying to just distract and scare him right now. That's exactly what this is all about for Hero. Factory is building right now. There's going to be a Marine, a bunker going up, a second Marine, in fact, building. So he's going to keep building Marines, and that allows him to build the factory a little bit faster as well. Went down just after the 2-minute mark. The Oracle is getting chrono boosted right now. And this is going to be very fast aggression. Warp Gate is still actually upgrading. He never canceled it. Nexus goes down at 2 minutes 40. And let's see what these Oracles can get done. Bunker in the main mineral line is really clever. I don't think it's going to be ready in time, though. This first Oracle, man. Oh, my lord. It is so early. The Widow Mine coming out first. He is trying to go for that. Does he go for a reactor? No, he's going to build a 4th Marine. Reaper guarding the natural. Everything else trying to guard the main base. Oracle's coming in. Those Marines are going to be close to that bunker. Oracle's going to bypass them. No, it turns around and decides to fight. He'll take out 2. Doesn't get the 3rd one, but only 1 Marine in the bunker is not so much to be worried about, is it? So he can sit over those gases, pick off another 1 worker. Oh my god. Doesn't want to take too much damage from the bunker now that his shields are gone. Gets a few kills, nothing too crazy, but the tech lab's very late. Second Oracle will get in here. It's also going to have a chance to find damage. Now that main mineral line is fully defended, but Oracles will be rallying. And I mean, with that Widow Mine placement, it's right here. You can still harass off the gas. You could also come in from that side and do a little bit. With 3 Marines in the bunker, you do not want to go in range of that bunker for long. Oh, look at that. He scares him into pulling the workers off gas. He's like, put him back, I dare you. Put him back. The Marines are going to come out and try to chase this off. If the Oracle's turn, though, they can kill those Marines. He's out of time, though. The Cyclone's going to pop. Hero needs to leave right now. Hero needs to leave right now. That Cyclone is about to pop, my man. Get out of there. Get out of there, Hero. Beautiful timing sense. He pulls out at the right moment. 3rd Oracle's coming in right now. Oh, what? And then he turns around? Oh, okay. Okay, it was kind of a bait, but not. He does take a fair bit of damage on that Oracle. He's thinking about going in, but not quite yet. Twilight Council and Gateway's on the way. The standard thing is to follow up with 3 or 4 gate Blink, and it seems like 3 gate Blink is going to be his follow-up. Oracles are still dancing around the edges, but he's got a Widow Mine. He's got a Cyclone. Where is that Widow Mine, guys? He's put it above the barracks. Oh, that's really clever. He's also sold his bunker, and he's got a 2nd barracks and an engineering bay on the way. Building a depot here. Interesting. Adept's moving out to take a nice quick 3rd base. I love that Hero's been going for quicker 3rds recently in this matchup. He's going to take out 3, 4, 5 workers and gets out without the Cyclones reacting. Nice dive for Hero, man. Good tag as well. Doesn't get the Cyclones, but for now, he should just preserve these Oracles. Probably start putting stasis traps on the map. You know he's well defended. You're not going to get much more damage. If you do get a few SCVs, sure, that's good, but you'll lose the Oracles doing it. Now, Hero waistbanding it is not something he's familiar with. He flies into the Widow Mine and throws away an Oracle and then does a tag on the production. At least he sees what the production is. You don't want to throw away those Oracles, man. Stasis traps are so valuable. So valuable. 3 gate Blink is on the way. 43 workers versus 35. I think this has definitely paid off decently for Hero. He's up 8 workers. On the other hand, he doesn't really have follow-up aggression just yet. If he did go 4 gate Blink, I feel like MARU is pretty wide open. He's got 2 Cyclones, a few Marines, and a Widow Mine. I mean, that's not a good setup, right? The Widow Mine's guarding against the Oracle and the Natural. If these Stalkers blink up and it's going to be 8 Stalkers, they definitely could get some work done. It's all about those Cyclones trying to stay alive as long as possible. But with no siege tanks to back it up, he is in a vulnerable position. Hero is still in this series. Game 1 may have been a wet disaster. It may have been a sloppy scrap fest. But this time around, I still feel he can fight back and get control of this. Hero has crazy games. He has big mistakes. He has big silly Billy moments. But you know what? Gets a Cyclone, pulls out. Beautiful play so far. The Widow Mine went down before that as well. The 3rd base is mining. The charge is on the way. Forge coming in. These Stalkers aren't committing that hard. He's just going to grab an SCV, deny the refinery, get in, get out. Whoa, what's he doing? Okay, he does pull back. Nicely done. Nice timing. There's a turret up guarding the main, but there is an argument that if you have the Cyclone pinned at the Natural, the Oracles could scoot into the main base and try to blitz down some SCVs. He's going to blink up into that main base. Oracle does take a Cyclone block on. The Stalkers are going after it right now. The Oracles actually took out quite a few Marines, but with Stim there, he has to pull back these weak Stalkers. Good blink back micro. The Marines focus fire. MARU takes out 2 of the low ground Stalkers with the focus fire. Sick control for him. to make the best of a terrible situation, but he still comes out with 14 SCVs dead, very little bio left over. With no siege tanks to anchor your position, you're always vulnerable to the blink follow-up. MARU played greedy here, and Hero is happy to take advantage. Bunker goes down. He does lose one Stalker. Hero a little slow on that blink, but overall picking off a bunch more Marines and forcing out these siege tanks right now. Third base is up. Looks like he's thinking about a fourth right now, which if you're just playing Mass Zealot Stalker, I mean, it's not a bad way to play. You're far enough ahead in this game. Get a fourth base. Just stay on 3 gases all game. Just rally your probes over from your main and your natural as they're starting to mine out. Your main is at least. And that's going to be a good way to play it. The Stalkers dancing back in front. They've got the safety of that stasis trap. Maru's going to start inching his siege tanks forward. The question is he going all in? Yeah, he's building a 4th barracks. Okay, he does take out the stasis trap. Stalkers pick off a Marine and pull back. So he's got a 4th barracks building on this reactor. He actually swapped his starport off. The reason being he doesn't have enough gas for both tanks and double medevac production. He can only build 1 medevac at a time. So anything to get more Marines out, he's planning a 1-1 all in. Gets a Stalker there with the siege tank shot. Templar Archives is on the way. Hero has a massive 22 worker advantage. Zealots coming in. Hero, oh man, that is a beautiful engage for him. Traps a lot of the Marauders. One of the siege tanks gets saved. The Drilly boys pulled off the line. They need to get out of there. You can't overcommit too much with those SCVs. You're not going to be able to keep producing and trading Zealots for valuable units of the Terran. That was a beautiful play by Hero, who still has not lost his proxy Stargate. Warp Prism coming across the map right now as well. Probes moving out from that main base over to that 4th mineral line. Templar Archives coming in. Immortals coming in. +1 attack has already been upgraded. He's now making +1 armor. And Maru right now has a dream. And that dream is Hero throwing the game as hard as he did in Game 1. Hero is even more in the lead in this game. He is dominating Maru right now. It will take a truly miraculous throw. I'm telling you, if Hero can lose this game, he will be no longer a StarCraft 2 pro gamer. And it's not because of the shame. It's because the scouts for the Major League Baseball will find it. And they will go, holy crap, this guy can pitch harder than anyone. He can throw so hard, they'll put him straight in the big leagues. He'll be in the World Series in no time. And unfortunately, we'll lose our favorite Protoss player. For now, though, it is just unpredictable Protoss play, and Maru is hoping that he can find those big mistakes from his opponent. Zealot's going to take out a couple of add-ons in the main base, gets a tech lab, or actually a reactor, I believe, is up there, gets another one, pulls on back out of that. The Widowmine production is coming 2 at a time, but only 1 at a time now that he's lost that. Stalkers go after the tank. They don't quite get it. Baiting a stim out of some of these units. Zealot Archon Immortal coming forward. Oh, Hero doesn't quite get the force fields yet. But look, there's even a Zealot drop from behind. Oh, Hero just diving on top. Maru has to get out of there. And he taps out. GG. All right, guys, let's go. Hero's back in the driver's seat now. He could be 2-0 up, but 1-0 will do. And he's going a blind Nexus there up against Maru going double gas this time. Okay, Maru's going to pedal to the metal, get some aggression going. Now, to be safe with this sort of opening, you normally want to chrono boost Adepts. At least one of them, usually 2 of them. Actually, I'm thinking, so when I go Nexus before Cybercore with no scout, I'll chrono 3 Adepts out usually very quickly. Like usually 2 chronos on those, maybe even a 3rd one. I don't think Hero needs to do that because he's gone Cybercore first. I mean, he's still going to chrono Adepts because they are good for doing damage. That rally point is making me nervous, guys. I don't know about you guys. I think it's barely going to pop out on this side. It's just like, I could just imagine it popping here and the Adept being struck, which is why I would always rally it there and then I'd shift it over to the natural. You can see the Adept does pop out in a decent spot. Not too bad. Stargate is there, coming on up. Command center starting in the main base for Maru. Factory with a tech lab and a reactor after the Reaper. Reaper is scouting for proxies right now. This is the only scout for Maru, so he's playing a pretty efficient build himself. And I mean, you have to do that. If you're going double gas, that delays your command center. Then you're building the command center on the high ground. This ain't cheap. This is actually a very expensive start. Now, are we going to see a Cyclone out of this? Looks like we will. Of course, he's a little shy on the resources. You need 150 minerals and 100 gas. And look at that. Timed out pretty well, actually. I think he cleared a Marine. Yeah, he cancelled a Marine to get the minerals to start the Cyclone. Little paranoid about Oracles coming in. There is actually a Stargate building Phoenix, and he sees it with the Reaper. Very nice. So he's potentially even going to build a second Cyclone here. I wonder if Maru goes hyper-aggressive against this. Because Phoenix aren't like the greatest for defending a third base. So he could go like 2 Cyclones or even 3 Cyclones, 2 Vikings, non-stop Marines. That'd be a pretty good way to punish this sort of style. Looks like that Reaper should go down. And it does. Phoenix is going to fly in. Cyclone and Marines immediately pulls back. And Hero, seeing the command center on the high ground, knows what build he's up against for now. He's got to be careful though. Don't lose that Phoenix, mate. Get out of there. Good pullback by Hero. Robo and a third gas on the way very early. He forgot to build his pylon though. Oh man, you're meant to build a pylon right after starting the first Phoenix. Hero. He can't even build workers. He's supply blocked on 36 workers. Oh my lord. Hero dropping his trousers a little bit there and tripping over while trying to pull his pants up after doing a doo-doo out in the woods. Engineering bay placement is interesting, guys. I feel like MARU, he's either a genius with his building placement, or he just grabs the SCV and puts it down wherever the SCV happens to be, which I'm kind of tending towards. It's really weird, man. Tanks are going to struggle to get in and out of there. They'll have to go around the top. 3 Phoenix are out. There is a Raven on the way. So Maru's playing 2 Cyclone Viking just into a 3-Rex Raven style. Interesting. So he's going to do a poke across the map, but this is not committed. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Hero's early game was a little sloppy. I do really feel that. He's gone 3 Phoenix into Colossus, so classic style PvT. Classic and Hero been kind of leading the charge on this recently. And the Adept cancelled that. Oh, a bit sloppy. He saw that army with the Observer and the Adept, but didn't cancel it. Throwing an Adept away, a little unfortunate for Hero. But Maru's doing a very good job of just keeping control over everything. The Cyclones and the Vikings need to get back to protect that Raven. That Raven should be hiding in the back, and there we go. He does pull it back. Well done. He double locked on, but not quite able to get any damage on the Phoenix. And Immortal is out. Colossus on the way. Colossus does get countered by the Raven. Third barracks has now landed. Stim and combat shields on the way. +1 attack is already almost finished. Phoenix is going to grab 2 SCVs and get out of there. Very good harassment by Hero. His third Nexus is almost done. And that, my friends, is a third gateway. Still no sign of a Twilight or Forge. When you're building Phoenix and then Colossus, that's, of course, especially with Sentries and Stalkers warping in, it takes a while to get those tech structures. Twilight Council now goes down behind the Natural. I have a feeling we're going to see Charge first. I think we're going to see a Charge Colossus style. And that's pretty necessary because Maru is building a very big army. He's going straight Widow Mines, though, which will excel against those Zealots. On the other hand, the Colossus do very well versus Widow Mines as they can gun them down from far away. A random tangent question, by the way, that I missed earlier and I've been meaning to answer, so sorry for I know it's off topic. Are Broodlords good in ZVZ? No. Vipers can abduct them, and Spore Crawlers and Hydras and everything kill them really quickly. So Vipers hard counter Broodlords. A surprise round of Broodlords if your opponent doesn't have Lurkers could be okay. If your opponent doesn't have Vipers, could be okay. Observer gets picked off. He's got 3 sentries. This is a wide open area to be fighting, though. Hero's got to be careful. That Immortal coming in from the right is, I think, a big mistake. Get out of there, Hero. Get out of there. You have to let him by. You have to let him go past towards your Natural. He's got 2 batteries that can heal to there and a battery that can heal down here. He can overcharge that battery and have very good healing coverage. The Cyclones being very annoying with how they're poking. I don't think Maru can win this fight. Oh, he's going to go for it anyway. Interference Matrix goes down on both sides. The battery overcharge gets hunted down. Maru! What the hell? He goes for the most savage YOLO dive and, oh, Hero. He needed to split his sentries between both sides. That's it. That's all that was, guys. With this fight, you need to split your sentries. You can't have them all in a ball on one side, or he can just isolate. Because the moment you start pulling back, you can't force field the side that doesn't have the sentries. If he ran towards the third, he'd just get blocked by force field. Interference Matrix wears off. Colossus ruin. They ruin everything. They kill the bio. But in that 11-second window, Interference Matrix wrecks face. And Raven just so good right now. Phoenix are going to pick off the medevac that's empty. More bio rallying in, and that's game over just like that, guys. So Hero with a slight mistake, and Maru surprisingly confident with the way he shoved in. But you've got to realize that outside of the Colossus, there is no damage in Hero's army. There's just no damage. It's a few Stalkers and Sentries, a few Phoenix. These things don't kill stuff. And that one Raven, it just shuts down the Colossus, and that's basically game from there. Hero's going to try to fight back into it, but I mean, Maru is just playing with his food. He's got the 3rd command center there. goes in and depowers the gateway and the Stargate. Picks off a few of these zealots as well. Gets a probe. A few more pylons going to get picked off. Look how long it takes him to get back to the high ground. Marine Marauder, Widowmine coming in on that third base as well, making it very hard for him to deal with. And it looks like finally, oh my god, even the Phoenix are getting picked off by this drop as well. He's getting owned at the third base, losing sentries. A Widowmine drop flies over his army, drops 2 Widowmines in the mineral lines. MARU right now is literally just wagging his little finger in Hero's nose and saying, no, 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 silly Protoss player. No, no, no. Something that did pop into mind recently was I was thinking about that Raven and how, you know, they ended up giving it the same duration despite the Raven being buffed so much, which I do think was a little bit of a mistake. But, man, that was a crazy push. We got to watch that one more time. So, yeah, this is the point where the problem is he pulls back, which is great. If he has, like, a sentry or two, even just one force field there, but especially if we could do 2, then that's A-okay. But notice Maru is like, ah, you ran to the wrong side. He's just like, YOLO, get in there. Doesn't even stop to depower the robo, just goes straight after the workers. And it's so hard to get in there. You're walking through Widow Mines to defend as well. Oh, man. Disruptor doesn't get out. Maru just bops him. I do think Hero has got to regret that 46 supply block a little bit, but most importantly, you have to spread your sentries on both sides. Bad luck for Hero. Well played by Maru. Committing in like that? Most of us try that at home, we get punished really hard. But Maru has amazing pattern recognition to realize all the sentries were on one side and that opening was even there. Most Terran players don't even look for that. Well played, Maru. All right, that was a brutal one for Hero, man. But he's now in the top right. Is he gonna... Oh, what? Maru has been doing so much proxy racks versus Protoss lately. He is obsessed with this build. He's honestly throwing it out too much. I don't know, man. The thing is, Hero hasn't been scouting. But he does... Oh, yeah. And you know what? Hero hasn't shown any Zealot Adept pressure this series. So, it is actually... I think it feels like he's probably been shutting down so much of Hero's Zealot Adept pressure that he's like, well, you're not going to be doing that. You haven't been opening Proxy Gate. Any of the builds that shut this down super hard, so I've got a decent chance of messing you up. It is almost always Cybercore before Nexus, at least. But even then, Hero's going to need to micro his probes very well. This is a really scary situation. Gas going down behind the 2 barracks as well. Gateway is there. Ooh. Cybercore goes down a minute 22. That's well timed. But Hero's just sitting blind in his corner of the map, guys. This is Hero's camera we're on right now. He's going to build a Nexus. And check around. Is there an SCV here? Going to build a bunker? Oh, no. Looks like a normal build. I'll build my pylon on 20 and then start probes. He is leaving the probe down there, which is something. He's going to find out in a moment. These Marines going to come in. He wants to get the bunker started. That is why he's showing it so early. And Hero's in trouble right now. He needs to pull the boys. Zealot gets chrono boosted immediately. He needs to get anything that can fight. He cancels the pylon on the low ground? Oh, okay. I mean, the barracks is so close. That actually makes sense. Because there's no way he can defend the low ground. That is a very good choice, actually, by Hero. Normally, the barracks is a little further away, but Maru went deep with this proxy, man. Zealot's coming forward. The battery goes up nice and far back. Another pylon probably needs to get started in the near future. That probe runs forward and dies. Zealot takes out the builder. Other SCV needs to come up from the natural and finish that bunker. Maru a little too slow to grab it there. Stalker is almost out right now. The SCV is getting blocked by his own Marines. Wait, he's not going to finish it? Maru, what are we doing? Okay, Maru decides not to commit to the high ground, knowing the battery is there. He's going to pull back. The Stalker does take out one Marine. The SCV gets in there, ready to repair. Nexus cancelled. And Hero is forced to play one base robo. 21 probes versus 20 SCVs. Maru has not started his expansion, but Hero, yeah, 3-gate robo on 1 base. Does he counter all in this? 4th gateway? My man. My man's going to try and kill Maru. Now, if Maru unloads this bunker and gets all these Marines home, he's in an amazing spot. And most importantly, Hero forgot that they always go for the unashamed pervert racks. For those who don't know, Overseers are rather smart and fast. Observers are invisible. Most things that perv are a bit sneaky about it. Barracks, on the other hand, is the most unashamed pervert ever. This is a guy who walks up to the side of your house, tries to peek in your bathroom window while you're going number 2. You're like, what the hell? You see a silhouette at your window. You're like, what are you doing? He's like, just having a watch, mate. Keep going. Don't mind me. The barrack sees the doo-doo that Hero's trying to do, the 4-gate robo. And now he just knows to turtle on 1 base. Maru's going to be completely safe here. He's building a cyclone. He can use that to shoot down the warp prism. He'll go tanks after that. His barracks is still floating home, but notice he sold the bunker. He's running these marines home, so he's going to have 7 marines at home already. He's going to try and ferry these units out because he doesn't even realize the bunker's still there. Oh, Hero. Okay, 2 sentries, a bunch of stalkers, and a zealot. Hero does not seem to realize what's up. He's going to try and warp in the depth and shade it past the bunker. Remember, as far as he knows, there's a bunker there, guys. Oh, man, he does not realize those units are already home. Maru saw what you're up to, dude. He's going to survive. He's got a bunker in a really safe position. He'll have a tank. If Hero expands right now, he might be okay because he can contain for a while. But if he tries to... Oh, he's going to try and force field the ramp. He sees no expansion. Okay, he's going to try and drop inside the main. But once the tank is sieged, he's dead. Look at that. Even pulling the SCVs for the repair. He knows that Hero is desperate right now. SCV scout over there sees the adept move out. Hero realizes what's happening. The tank is sieged. The SCVs, notice he moves them in front because he knows the force field's going to try to block the repair from behind. But if the SCVs are on all sides, you need like 3 force fields to stop the repair. Beautiful moving by Maru. Maru does lose a cyclone. A little sloppy there, but already some of these gateway units starting to fall. That tank is raining down. Terran death and destruction. He's got that Crucio shot cannon sieged up and ready to lay down sweet Terran justice. Hero getting punished here, and Maru says, buddy, you can't skip scouting every single game. Hero says, what was that, idiot? Actually, he's going to take out the siege techs and a ton of these SCVs. I can't believe this is doing so much damage. Maru is like, what the hell? 4-gate is broken, man. The new Warp Prism's building, still no Nexus. If Hero builds a Nexus, I still think this might be transitionable. He's going to try to recall. 20mm cannon takes out another Stalker, and that means it's just 1 Stalker a Prism. And now Hero puts down a Twilight. Oh, come on. Hero, build an expansion. Dark Templar are not going to win you this game. But you know he's going Dark Templar, guys. 100%. He's like, let's do it. He's, yeah, let's go Dark Templar. The thing is as well, anyone who's been in a ladder game like this as Terran needs no scouting. You 100% just like either make a Raven or make a turret. You always do one or the other because a desperate Dark Templar player, a desperate Protoss player, a cheesy Protoss player always follows up with Dark Templar. A desperate Zerg always follows up with a Muta Switch or a Ravager Ling All-In. A desperate Terran always pulls the boys and tries to just shove it in across the map. These are predictable follow-ups, and that is why they have very low chances of working. Nice harassment here by Hero. The lack of anti-air with the Cyclones and the Viking getting picked off, allowing him a bit of an opportunity to get a bit of damage. Does get 3 SCVs. Templar Archives? He's going to go Storm! 1 base Storm! He does have a Nexus on the way. Oh, the Stalker does go down there as well. Thinking about maybe dragging some tank shots onto those SCVs, but he's got to be careful here, mate. Oh, not bad, actually. Does drop it in, gets the tank to friendly fire. One of those tries to drop to get another SCV, and he does manage to take 1 more out, keeping Maru's economy at only a slight lead when it easily could have been a massive one. Raven and Marines take out the Observer. Uh-oh. And Hero is trying to go 4 gas, 28 probe Storm, guys. This may be the silliest transition we've ever seen. Oh me, oh my. Watch him warp in 2 High Templar and start Storm. What an absolute chad. I mean, Hero, I love to see it. I love the attempt. But by golly, you're going to have to catch him off guard with those first Storms for this to work. Because think about it, guys. 2-3 minutes from now, he'll have 4 High Templar with Storm, a Warp Prism to put them in, and 3 slow Zealots. Like, he'll have literally no units on the ground. Oh, no. Any probe going down here is huge. Any probe going down is huge. He loses 1. Only 1. Good reaction. Very nice. Now, the Storm Drop is moving over. If he can clear a mineral line, that'll be nice. There will be a Siege Tank shelling on those High Templar the moment they land. But I believe it takes 3 tank shots to kill a High Templar. I think they have an armor. No, they don't actually. So technically, it's only 2 shots if you don't have any armor upgrades. Let's see. Storm. Oh, no. He goes in Vision. Hero. The turret's about to finish anyway, which closes off that angle. He's going to have to go around and try to hit the main, maybe. Or he's going to try to drop on front. Okay, he's sending the Adept in to drag the tank shot. And then he's going to drop. No. Yes. Oh, okay. But he drops it a little bit too early. Oh! Oh! Oh, Maru's so quick with the pull. That could have been even worse. He loses a few Marines and a whole pack of SCVs. That was pretty slick. Zealots and Archons making. He's going to do a 2 Zealot Archon drop, probing up his 2 bases. Hero, I actually think he could maybe take a third, but oh my god, a double drop goes across the map. Zealot Archon drop's going to go in. He knows he's being counter dropped now because he sees no units at home. That tank is going to go down. Oh me, oh my. Wait, no, you got to warp in at home. Where's his army? You got to think about where his army. You got nothing at home, buddy. Oh god. Hero says, I caught him off guard. Let's go, 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 go for broke. He's warping 4 Zealots and an Archon. He's going after that siege tank as well. The Raven doesn't have any energy. It's SCVs, a tank, and a few Marines versus a pack of Zealots, but the double drop is a problem. The double drop is a big problem. Battery, a Stalker, and those High Templars seem to survive for now. Hero, is he actually getting himself back in this game? He recalls this. Oh no! The turret! Oh, it was like a fraction of a second from recalling. He loses the Prism with the Archon and the Zealot. I think he was just back in this game. He's got a third on the way. If he kept that Prism alive, he's in a good spot. Now he needs to rebuild the Prism to put his High Templar in, and he needs to get charged. He starts resonating Glaives, thinks better of it, cancels it, makes a Warp Prism. Please make charge. Please make charge. You can't afford Blink in a game like this. You're going to have to go charge, I'm pretty sure. But obviously, Hero desperately needs that mineral line. He's pretty far behind because there's a third command center. There's Ghost Tech. Terran's up in army supply, only down a handful of workers. And not having a third for Protoss is way worse than not having your third landed for Terran. This is a massive lead for Maru, man. Charge apparently did just finish. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Twitch chat, for catching that one. Apparently, he was making charge behind it. He has 9 High Templar. Widowmine drop comes in. It's going to go boom, boom. He keeps changing targets. Maru being a naughty boy, but eventually only gets a single. And, oh, double drop. No, 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 you can't lose this base. You cannot lose this base. Pylon's going to go down. That's a problem. Good Storm does push him back for now. But these ghosts are building, man. Ghost building is a big problem. Single Marine does get picked off. Stalker Zealot has to back off for now. Hero, he's got a Port Prism going forwards. One big storm can still make history happen. A crazy comeback here would be incredible. He's looking for that big juicy storm and these damaged Marines. Oh! Oh, he gets a feedback as well. Hero comes in with a big old juicy, and he gets one on the SCVs to get full. Takes out 4 of those. Hero making this storm work for him. But oh, the High Templar gets gunned down. He's attacking in. It's 4 Stalkers, 1 Zealot, 3 Zealots, and some Storm. He loses his Observer, but there's no armory just yet, so he can't kill the Widowmines. Hero is going to push Maru off of his third base. Absolute Chad Gamer plays from Hero. He just broke his third with 4 Stalkers, 4 Zealots, and 9 High Templar. Hero's continuing to push in, but he's out of Storm. He's out of Storm. He's got 1 left. If he could get in range of that mineral line, it'd be huge. If he could catch these SCVs, that would be huge. But he didn't realize that those SCVs ran to the south. He's trying to make more gateways. He's on 5 gates, trying to go to 8 gateways right now. Hero really needs a 4th base behind this. If he can secure a 4th, I think he's in a good spot. But those EMPs are very painful. He doesn't have any Storm. He morphed them all into Archons. Okay, Hero needs to put it back in his pants. He's trying to go second Robo Bay Forge. But in a game like this is something I'm very critical of pro players for. Your bases mine out very early. These mineral patches are about to disappear. Actually, no, his natural was so late. Never mind. I'm the dummy in this one. Hero realizes his natural was so late. Yes, his mains mine out, but his natural's going to mine out at like 16 minutes because he took it so late. Remember, this started with the proxy bunker rush. I completely forgot that. That's why Hero is down in the dumps. But yeah, I still think he does need a 4th in the near future, but he's trying to go Colossus range +1 right now. Raven out in the open. Archon Stalker kind of stumbling into each other. Maru, I thought he had this game in the bag, but Hero is pulling off some Protoss shenanigans right now. And, oh, those High Templar are very clumped, man. Where's the Warp Prism, guys? He's doing a Zealot drop. That means his High Templar and Archons are kind of out here on their own. Oh! Maru's eating bigger storms than he normally ever does. Another Archon morphs. Zealot drop comes in, and he's going to get a little bit of damage. He's got to be careful not to lose that, though. Oh, more storms all over the Ghosts. Big damage on those. The Medivacs will slowly heal it, but not that quickly. Warp Prism and Zealots pulling back from that base. Looks like they'll all go down. The Zealots will. The Prism will survive. Observer comes down. That Raven still being alive is a real travesty. It's making this game be much harder than it needs to be. No! F2. Hero pulls that Prism back through the opponent's army. Ooh, okay, High Templar veering around. No Storm ready just there. Oh, snipe from the high ground. No more high ground vision here for Hero. He's got a Disruptor. He's got a Colossus, though. He's got a 4th base on the way. He's going to go for a big fight. This is a really weird fight right now. EMPs all over the Archons. The Disruptor stumbles into the front line. Storm and Colossus do big damage, but there's not much meat to back up these potatoes. And Hero goes in with a full potato army. Lots of splash damage. Very few actual fighting units. He's warping in unupgraded Stalkers right now against 1-1 Bio. The upgrade differential, not something I've talked about, but you saw it in that last fight. And Hero just got a little bit sloppy with trying to force these engagements. I think he realizes that he can't let Maru have map control. He has to go out there and fight him. But Hero, what an absolute beast, making this game stay as close as it is. It does feel like Maru's pulling ahead though now. He's got a 4th command center. He's been able to skip gases on his 3rd for a long time, but now that he starts 2-2, he's like, oh god. 2-2 and Vikings is very expensive. I need it. Blink is almost there. It's about, what? Oh, it's a full 50 seconds away, actually. But 2 Colossus, 1 Disruptor out. Another one does pop. And the upgrade's very far behind. I feel like Hero should probably get an armor upgrade, something like that. His 4th base is mostly mining at this stage. He's transferred quite a few workers. His main is almost completely mined out. Wow. Wowzers. So he doesn't really need to build more probes at all. Hero's on 72 probes. He doesn't actually have many places for them to mine from. Definitely got to realize this game is very wonky, and that fast 4th for Terran, I don't know if we can let that happen. Hero's going to see it float into his vision in a moment. He's got 7 Zealots only, +2 attack is on the way. When 2-2 finishes for Maru, I feel he is miles ahead in this game. He's still got 7 Ghosts, and EMPs on the Stalkers and Zealots push them back. More EMPs landing. Battery overcharge, though. I think Hero can easily defend this position for now. But, oh! Big, juicy, flanking Storms. I always talk about how good Storm is. If you come from a surprising angle, it is a game changer. It's only when the Terran knows where they're coming from that they don't seem that good. Disruptors do take out a bunch of Ghosts as well. Disruptors stumbling into the front line. The Colossus will go down to the Vikings. Oh my god, the upgrade differential here. 1-1 versus +1. And just the fact that the EMPs covered everything was so big. That Disruptor goes down. Hero's like, what? I should be winning this fight. But he's like just not quite got the Zealot numbers. Does get a few Marauders with that ball shot, but he's losing these fights terribly, guys. These are basic Terran units getting traded out with all the expensive Medivacs and Vikings surviving. And he's losing Stalkers, he's losing Colossus, High Templar. Now he has no High Templar, right? Suddenly that's something you don't need to worry about. Yes, most of the Ghosts died. So actually, building a High Templar here would be so effective. He's going to go for a 4-Stalker run by. Hero right now is like, oh god, I've got it. He's like, I need magic to happen. And he's bringing out this very cool 4-Stalker harass, and he actually baits the army to stimming back. Kills a Marauder, kills a Marine, backs off. Gets a 5th base going up in the north. Man, if Hero can bring this back, I will be so impressed. This is such a crazy game. I feel like he's the king of attacking when any other Protoss would run away. And that's what he's doing. He's keeping Maru pinned. Just don't overcommit. Like, there's no reason to actually commit. Just pick off a Widow Mine, run away, go back in, throw a Disruptor Shot, run away. Like, as long as he keeps doing this, it's great. Double Probe Harass goes in, unfortunately. A new interaction. I didn't know how that was going to go until I watched it. Apparently, the Planetary Fortress does beat 2 probes. So maybe a slight miscall for Hero. I guess he was learning the same as me, first time seeing that interaction. These Stalkers, what are we doing? Hero! Hero! He left his Stalkers down there. I think he A-moved his army back. He's chasing an empty Medivac with his whole army right now. He's got to be really careful. Down to 64 probes. Oh, Widow Mine drop just cleared that whole mineral line. That's what happened. Oh, no wonder he's shook. He's trying to wait for the cannon to finish to clear that up. Down to 64 probes. He's got to rebuild those. But of course, Hero says the best answer to losing workers is to go kill your opponent. He shoves in right there. Oh! 2 Widow Mines going down to those Disruptor Shots, but he's walking to a sandwich. No! Hero! Maru coming in from 2 sides. 1 Disruptor lands, another one lands. Good Disruptors to cover his retreat. He loses a few of them. He's going to have to throw another 1 or 2 out here, though. I think he's very low on balls right now. He's only got 1 able to fire. And that will keep Maru back for now. Nice plays by Hero, but Hero has frozen up, guys. He's not rebuilding his probes. Chicken Man does leave the game, as he was lagging it apparently. The Vikings start to go down. Disruptors landing on the Marauders and the Ghosts. Disruptors landing, but they're in the front line. They're isolated out there. They're getting gunned down. The Stalker Zealot is going in. Maru's supply is still higher. Those 2-2 upgrades are going to come in big. Those Stalkers need to get out of there. Kill the SCVs and then get out. Behind this, he's building new Disruptors. He's making new armor upgrade. Hero fighting back like a beast. He does start to blink away. He's going to lose a few Stalkers on the retreat, but new Zealots come in. You got to be careful chasing as Maru because those Medivacs are low on healing juice. The Zealots coming in, very expendable units. but a good defense by MARU. Remember, MARU floated his main down. He's got a 5th base up. He's still got more workers than Hero, even after losing 17. Hero has 2 Disruptors, 8 Stalkers, and 4 Zealots. He's trying to make an armor upgrade, but +3 attack is even further ahead for MARU. Yes, there's a 5th base for Protoss, but 5 base Terran does tend to beat 5 base Protoss. Hero knows this. He's going to take a 6th in the very top of the map. Ooh, okay. Man, these balls are actually getting a bit of value. Gets a Marauder there. It's surprising because normally Maru's so good at dodging them. But in this case, there's only 3 left. There's just not that many Disruptors left. He's trying to go Colossus, which is good, but he's going to need more Disruptors. He's going to need them soon. He's trying to keep Maru pinned because he knows he can't defend all of his bases right now. But Maru has realized this and has snuck a large chunk of his army across the map. Going to cancel that base. Nice cancel. Looks like a lot of Widow Mines get picked off, but look at this. Maru, very smart. He's like, I'll kill 2 of your bases and lift mine. That's fine. Battery overcharge. He's going to try to recall. Stalker, Zealot, Colossus. The Zealots coming in. They take a few big Widow Mine hits, but actually the Stalker's chasing down a lot of this. Oh, good micro by Maru to make the most of it, being a bit overextended, but a great recall by Hero. It's just a shame he can't quite blink on that or he'll lose all those Stalkers. As I said, he blinks on it. Hero not known for having a lot of patience or calm safety to his play. Not a man to hedge his bets. This is a man who wants to go all in on red right now. Little does he know that there is a large army of Marine Marauder Widow Mine about to encroach down there on his 4th base. Zealot, Stalker, Colossus coming on in. They will do some damage here. Those medevacs flying right past the army. Maru realizes and boosts them away, but he's killing one of the key bases of Hero right now. He already killed the 5th. Now he kills the 6th. Now he kills the 5th. Disruptors! Does take out 2 Widow Mines. I feel like as Hero, he's just going for the throat. He feels like if I get on the production, I win this game. Does he have the numbers, though, to break through? Because in this scenario where Maru is spread so thin, it also means the Disruptors don't have a target to hit. And you've only really got a few Colossus and a few Stalkers to capitalize on those spread out units, which is not enough to do so. Hero is getting overrun on the backside. Remember that recall is off cooldown for another 40 seconds, 50 seconds even. He's trying to break the ramp, but Maru's got 2 bases still fully mining. He's got 3-2 upgrades, and Hero, the fact that he made this game this close from where it was up against Maru, I mean, he did a 28 probe, 4 gas, 1.5 base, storm drop, mass high Templar transition, and actually made a game of it. Hero, he's the hero of the people. He's the hero of us casters because his games are unpredictable and ridiculous. And remember, guys, this could have been just tying the series up 2-2. If Hero didn't throw that first game, we would have got a game 5. And yet he almost brought back that game. On the other hand, hats off to Maru for being faced with absolutely bananas, nonsense comebacks and endless storms surprising him from different angles. Kept his cool, stayed focused, and was still rock solid. Maru takes the 3-1 and wins KSL number 4. GG, well played.